Hello, today I'm going to be showcasing my Razor build on to see how high I can actually get my Razor to auto attack. For this review, I won't be doing anything too crazy. I'm going to be testing out some open world bosses, and then I'll be testing kind of like the upper limits of Razor's damage in the Viridescent Veneer dungeon. So let's go ahead and take a look at my Razor stats here. So we're currently rocking, not the highest crit rate, not the highest crit damage. Right now we actually have a food buff on that gives us 40% physical damage bonus. I will be swapping that out for different food, for some crit rate food, just so we can get some higher crits. So let's actually go ahead and do that now. Later I will be using this one to see what it would be if we had a little bit higher crit damage, but for now let's just go ahead and use this crit rate food. So now we have a normal physical percent, which you normally would have if you have a 5-star Fizz Cup, and then this looks a lot better for that, closer to that 1 to 2 ratio you kind of want. So we're going to be hitting pretty consistently with this. Also, for the purpose of this, we will be running Zhongli, just because, as everyone knows, his shield is super good and it just shreds the physical resistance by 20%. So we're just going to do that, and then we also are going to be using Bennett. We have a level 10 talent here, so as you can see 101%, but we do have C1, which gives us another 20%. So we actually are going to be having a total of 121% attack bonus ratio, and we currently are rocking Scoured Blade, so that actually gives us 786, which is something close to like 950 bonus attack when we lay his ult down, so it's pretty useful. We'll be using Ganyu in this just so we can apply Super Conduct, which basically allows Razor to do more physical damage. We also have C4 on Razor, which shreds opponents' defenses by 15%, so for 7 seconds. So this is pretty good, obviously just to do more damage, essentially. So let's go ahead and start this up here by finding a neutral boss that we can kind of take our anger out on. We're going to be doing that on the Pyrus Ridge is fine first. So, like I said, we only have the crit rate food buff on to start this test off, so it's pretty straightforward. The rotation you kind of want to be using on Razor in a team comp like this is applying Zhongli Shield, then applying Ice with Ganyu or any of your Ice characters, and then Razor with the Electro, and then if you want, you can pop your Bennett if you have a Bennett, or you can just go straight into damage with the Razor. So just get a second to break this shield down. Wait a second here, we're applying Super Conduct and shredding its resistance pretty consistently. And one more there. So now we do this, we reapply this shield here. We go for one more of this, apply that, go for that, then pop the Bennett, and then we just auto attack. So 7, 6k, 8k. Wow. So we pop that 12k, 19k, 23k, and that's without the final strike of the Razor attack chain. So Razor attacks 4 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. We kind of got unlucky with our first set, but as you can see with the Wolf Greystone passive kicking in, we were dealing some pretty good numbers, honestly. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Viridescent Veneer dungeon. So this, we're going to be doing this dungeon because it actually gives 75% bonus physical damage, which I'll be using this because in the game currently you can get a food that gives you 55% physical bonus damage. So this is as close as I can get while also boosting my crit rate, because I definitely need the boosted crit rate here. So this is 20% more physical damage that you can actually, more than you could actually give Razor currently in the game. But for the purpose of the test, this is kind of like, we'll say that extra percentage of physical damage would be potential crit damage that we could potentially have. So we'll apply this here, we'll get the freeze off, get another application, swap to Razor here, and let's just start doing damage. 9k, 20k, 10k, 29.99, that's 23k here, 20k, 23k. So now let's reapply the Zhongli shield here. Let's apply the taunt here. Let's shred the defense, pop the Bennett ult here, see what we can do. 35k, 51k on the Razor 4th attack swing. So obviously when you're playing Razor, ideally you never really want to use his 4th attack. You normally go like 1, 2, 3, do this, and then you're doing more damage. That's typically how you'd play it, but just for the purpose of showing like some real damage you can do currently. Yeah, obviously 51k Razor definitely kind of puts this in perspective of like maybe in the future when you're running around an open world and you're like, oh, the Hu Tao is super broken or whatever future character is putting up crazy numbers, like this build, this isn't unattainable, right? Like 63, 145 is obtainable in my opinion, with obviously good artifact. Obviously the physical damage bonus isn't really existent. However, in my opinion, in the future there could be weapons that could give you way more crit damage. And like in my opinion, if like say this was like 200% crit damage, I would say that could make up for the physical bonus that we're actually getting in this dungeon. So in my opinion, at least 51k on Razor right now is only really feasible in this dungeon. I do think if instead of applying the crit rate food buff that I have, if I apply the 55% physical bonus damage food buff that you can get in the game currently, and you added that on top of the 75% you get in this dungeon, I could easily see this Razor with 145% crit damage easily hitting 60k, and potentially up to maybe like 62, 63k on a 4th attack swing, which is a really high number, obviously, for a physical character. So that's just kind of what the showcase I wanted to show today. If you guys have any questions, just please leave a comment. Yep. Bye.